good guy.
Don't believe me, just watch.
All right, we are back on the Morning Brew with friends, our buddy Greg Frost, and some board games. Can't wait to hear all the story behind that, right? But we got some mortgage information today for some folks, right?
Well, we do.
Because, one of the things we were talking about last time you were here was mortgage financing. And is 100% mortgage financing still available?
There are still several programs where you have 100% financing, the best of which is the VA loan program. It's a fantastic program for veterans, active military, reservists that have been activated for at least 18 months. Lots of people can participate in that. It's a great loan program. USDA through the Department of Agriculture. Los Lunas, for example, qualifies as a USDA lending site.
Is that because it's more rural?
More rural,
Oh,
right?
really?
It's more rural. It used to be called Farmer and Home Administration. Now it's USDA, but that's 100%. And then there's the Mortgage Finance Authority, which is 100%, has a first and a second piggyback.
Oh, wait, you don't have to be a farmer.
No, you don't have to be a farmer. You just have to live in a rurally designated area.
Huh.
And in fact, these loans are not for farms. They're for single-family residences.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So there's still several places to get 100% financing. It's alive and well.
That's very cool, because that was one of the things, during the recession, that was unavailable for a minute, right?
VA was always there.
Okay.
And USDA was always there. And MFA was always there. People were just a little gun shy of those mortgages, but they've been there on the spot, just very much more popular today than they were 5 years ago, for example.
That's very cool. And there's a really, we were talking about the other day, that was it's new Consumer Finance Protection Bureau stuff. And we were talking last week, and I guess it was a thing that you guys were worried about a little bit, and then it got postponed like over the weekend, right?
Yeah, postponed over the weekend.
So remind us what it was and why they postponed it.
Well, it's called TRID, and everybody's worried about it. It's the Truth in Lending RESPA Integrated Document, which is the government.
Luckily, they have a good little acronym.
Two forms, yeah, they've got acronyms for everything.
Right.
And they took two forms, the Truth in Lending form and the RESPA form, and they put them together into one form that's supposed to be more understandable to the consumer. The big kicker is, and what affects the consumer and affects everybody involved in the transaction, is they're giving the consumer a 3-day cooling off period. So they have to be disclosed via this TRID document.
So like if I'm buying a house,
you got to wait 3 days before you can execute the purchase after you get the disclosure.
Is that because too many people were just jumping into home ownership too quickly, or was it the investor thing? Was it just...
Well, this is all a backlash of the mortgage meltdown, and the wonderful congressmen and senators think they understand what the consumer really needs. What the consumer really needed was unavailability of toxic loan programs with short-term call dates, balloon payments, things like that. Those things really killed the consumer and caused a great many foreclosures in this country.
Right.
Got rid of those toxic loan programs are gone.
Right.
They were a Wall Street invention and pushed by the executive office, and every American a homeowner. Every American doesn't deserve to be a homeowner, quite honestly.
Yeah.
It takes some planning, it takes some discipline, and these disciplines are enacted in the types of mortgages we have. So we have mortgages now like the old-fashioned mortgages we've always had, and there's none of these fancy schmancy things that are going to get people in trouble.
Right.
This document's a little too late. Okay, it's the consumers can't change any of the documents, the hard and fast documents on a mortgage. The note, the mortgage, the disclosures.
It's all been sent down a law for years.
It's all been regulated. It's all done by the Federal National Mortgage Association, Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, FHA, VA. You can't change anything on those documents. All you can have variable is down payment, closing costs, interest rate, monthly payment.
Right.
Those are the negotiables.
So why did they postpone the TRID thing? I mean, what was going on with that?
Because the implementation became a massive issue, implementing it across the country. And of course, there's been a lot of lobbying taking place by the mortgage banking community, the commercial banking community, the GSEs, Fannie, Freddie, Ginnie. They're all saying, hey, look, you guys, this is a monster regulation, and let's think it through a little more.
Yeah, take a step back, and and I mean, there are a lot of people for that 3 days. Could it make a big difference, you think?
It's a huge difference. Think about a home builder, for example. Home builder's got a house fully built, paying interest on his construction loan. He thinks he closed a loan on Friday, but the people cannot he can't get the money until Wednesday or Thursday of the following week. People want to move in over the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. So it adjusts all kinds of timing.
Right.
And things that have been, you know, set in stone for years and years and years in the industry. This is just upheaval.
Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, and then there is something very cool coming up this Thursday, though. Just quickly before we got to run, but
every Thursday, Frost Mortgage sponsors dinner at the
it's the County Line Barbecue.
County Line
right?
Barbecue. Great place to go. Country western singing. Portion of the proceeds go to Meals on Wheels, which is our charity choice, and everybody comes out and has a wonderful time. Great entertainment, good barbecue.
I love it.
Come out.
Do you know who's playing this Thursday?
I don't.
We'll
I just
find
got back
out.
to town. I'm sorry.
We'll find out. You can always find it too, I'm sure, at frostmortgage.com.
Yes, absolutely.
There will be links, and we'll be back in a couple of seconds with Todd Bizio from the Epicenter on the Morning Brew with Friends.